Okay, I'm out on a scorcher of a day. It's going to be up in the 80s again today and it's sunny. I hunted around this house early this year. That house was built in 1950, but I actually found a three-ringer over there from the Civil War. There was a lot of activity in this area, and I got permission to hunt this house next door, which is not old, but it's an older community, and I knew there could be, you know, Civil War bullets, old coins mixed in. Haven't been finding much. Got a high tone right here. It was coming in like 1245, 1144, and to my surprise, it's a piece of silver, but not what I expected. It's this is actually sterling. I believe it's a money clip. You can see right on there. Wiped it off and it says Sterling, Mexico. Pretty rough shape, got a lot of nicks on it, but it's a cool find. It could be pretty old. Probably push around when they put this driveway in because it's pretty rough shape. I'll clean that up later. That's an awesome find. It's pretty weighty too. I like it. Alright, I'm hunting a little public area that's supposed to be hunted out. I'm in a little wooded area. There's a lot of trash in this area and it's real hard to work. The ground's really mineralized, but around this area, so you can see a big old tree there. It's a little tough to hunt back in here, but last year I actually pulled a dime trifecta out of here on the same day. I've never found anything at this spot since, but I decided to work this wooded area real good. And under the base of this tree, I just figured I'd show it. It's obviously something old that somebody else would have missed. It's a 1963 memorial, so we'll see if we can pull something old or interesting out back here. I'm not going to put in too much time back here. Maybe an hour. Okay, I'm right here way at the back of the property in the hedges back here. Most of my silvers, well, two of them, I'm not going to show too much, came up down along that way. And I guess, I'm not sure if it's just, if it hasn't grown in yet or if the city has hacked some of this out, because I think it was a lot worse last time I was back here. And by the base of this tree at the back of this property and behind a really old house here, and I got a signal that it kind of hits like a clad quarter, but it squeaks higher, and sometimes it hits 45, 44, and the quarters don't normally hit that low. So I may have a shallow silver dime back here. It's hard to see with the glare, but it's not like a junk trash, like can target. It's really, really tight signal. 1245 at 3 inches. So we'll see what this is. I have high hopes for this one. It's a weird place to hunt. There's a lot of trash. There's a lot of clay. Sometimes targets can be super, super deep. Sometimes they can be almost right on top. There's a lot of roots in here. This may prove a little tricky, but it's not very deep, so it shouldn't be too hard. Well, this is mud, so the plug really isn't going to work. I'm just going to have to fill it back in. It's not really matter. I'm back in the bushes anyway here. Just one of those electrical thingies. Man, those things ring up sweet. Not sure why there's, well, there's some telephone lines back here, so we'll see if we can find something else. Alright, out with Rick today, and CJ and Royce. We have permission to hunt around an old church property. It looks remodeled, but they added on a lot to it. It was built in the 40s, and the church owns all this property. Second target I hit, Rick hit a Rosie last time he was here, right before we were leaving, and I was going to live dig it, but there's a huge root here. I scooped it out and it sounded good, and saw it right in my pile.
Oh yeah.
So we'll see what it is. This could be a really good spot back here.
Yeah, it's a good sign if you're getting silver. Who knows if it's ever been hit.
It's a mercury dime.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's like 4 buildings around here, but most of them were built like in the 40s and 50s, so. Alright. Let's see if there's a date on there. I'm not going to rub it too much. It's 1930 something. Awesome. Sweet.
Cool.
There's the back of one of the houses. And I just got a pretty old button here. Haven't been digging a lot of buttons recently. Pretty plain. It's definitely an old one. It's got shanks busted off. It's got some back marks on it. I'll have to see if I can clean it up and see if I can research the markings later. Pretty neat. Had a bouncy 1239 signal, and I don't know what the odds are. But I've never dug one of this style old cars before. I'm not sure if it's a Tootsie. It's got all the wheels on it. It's definitely an old one, but believe it or not, I didn't show it in one of my videos yet, but I just dug one of these at a old house about not even a week ago, so it's weird. I've never found one before in my life in two completely different locations. I got two of them now. Neat right there. Alright, Rick just got a good find in front of one of the old houses here. I can't really see this because of the glare. Looks like an old Navy button. Maybe World War II era. This is a pretty old one. So cool. We're gonna keep swinging.
Good stuff here.
Okay, I'm hunting in the back around all these pine trees and pine straw. I think I might have a shallow silver dime here. Let's check it out live. This could just be a clad dime. In certain directions it hits really hard. Let's see anyway. Really thick clay here as I slide down the hill. I have something here. Now, just a piece of junk on that one. Oh well.
And got a nice signal here, not digging all into these roots, and finally got to it. Just didn't pay it off, so a little murk. See if we can get a date. Help. 1944.
Nice.
Yeah.
Take a look at that. Sweet.
Cool. We'll get back to you.
He worked for that one. It was down under
man.
down under all them roots there.
Made a mess.
All right. There's got to be more in here somewhere.
Gotta be.
All right, in the sandy soil, I just scored a wheat penny about an inch down. Thought for sure it was going to be a memorial, but it's my first wheatie of the day. Okay, I don't know how it happened, but a hornet just somehow managed to get under my knee pad and just bit me right by the kneecap. It really hurt. I checked around my hole to make sure it wasn't by a nest or anything, but man, that burns. But I was chasing a nickel signal here, and you can see it right there in the plug. It's not a war nickel, but it's pretty old. Look at that impression there in the sand. Yeah, 1947. Good find. Maybe some war nickels in here. I hope so. Alright, I may have a silver here. Could just be a clad quarter. It's sitting 1246. Sounds a little bit better, but it could be a clad one. Dig it out and find out. When in doubt, dig it out. I dig quarters all the time. Yep. It's clad quarter on edge. Bring up a little better. Just a 1988. Woo! Birthier quarter. Okay, I got a good signal here. I got a good feeling about this one. Ooh, 1546 at 3 inches. It's higher pitch than a clad coin. 1446. 1447. Yeah, I'm almost certain that's a silver dime. Got a big plug. Gee whiz. Piece of copper pipe rang up just like a silver dime, no matter what way I hit it. Oh well. I'm under this tree house, and you can see the tree's really big. I got a high quarter signal. I thought it was going to be a clad quarter. And some sort of watch. But it's silver. I'm almost 100% certain it's silver. Wow. That is amazing. Woohoo! Alright, can't wait to get that cleaned up. Never dug a solid silver watch before. Doesn't look too incredibly old, I don't know. 60s? Who knows? Sweet! I love that. This is one of the craziest holes. This is awesome. Turns out this was a spill. I'm in the same hole. I got a 1039 signal, figured maybe it was another piece of the watch, and I just pulled out this wheat penny. That is sweet. A silver watch and a wheat penny spill. Amazing. Let's get some more. Woohoo! Alright, I'm doing another pass over this little area. I had hit that one wheat right in here somewhere, and I got a 43, like 1243 penny signal. I thought at best I was going to be digging a copper or a wheat penny. It wasn't very deep, and you can see in the very side of my hole, there's a worn mercury dime down in there. And let's give you a shot from the top. Almost completely vertical. That's real tricky of a signal. So let's pull it out of there. It's pretty worn, so maybe it's an older one. Oh yeah, that's really worn. That's partially why it would have worn in low too. It's a Denver mint. You can see that. Oh boy, I want to rub this one, because that could be a good one if it would be like a 1921 or something, or a 16D. Obviously it doesn't look like the strike of a 16, but it could be a 20s Denver. So I'm not going to rub that. I'll put it in a bag and clean it off later. We'll see. Hopefully it's a good one. And it is gun week. Check out this awesome little gun. I've never seen nothing like this one. Look at that, it opens and everything. Sick. Yep. That's what I thought. Little toy Derringer. That is so cool. Alright. Getting tired, but Rick just pulled a Rosie, so we got 2 silver coins apiece, and there might be some more hiding in here somewhere. Okay, gonna do a quick wrap up here. Had a great hunt today. I hit that home site, wandered around a little public area just for a little while. It was nearby, and then I met up with Rick. So go ahead and get into the finds. First, we're gonna go ahead and show the toy gun I found here, which was an awesome find. It is a Derringer, and it has the end for Nichols brand, and not like that kind of nickel. I believe it's Nichols, Nichols. And they started manufacturing these in 1961, and from what I read about them, they could actually pack quite a punch. Probably not the safest toy for a kid to have, but pretty cool nonetheless. So anyhow, to the other finds. Got a generous portion of copper pennies. We got a couple nickels, one which is an older one, a 1947D. So pleased with that. Got some clad dimes, some clad quarters. Hit 10 Wheaties today, the oldest being a really crusty green 1928D. It's not a half bad one there. And then all common 40s and 50s Wheaties. And I did pick up a 55 plain. Unfortunately, that one is not a double die. Some of the other finds, before I forget, I wanted to show this watch. Actually, turns out I'm unsure if it's silver. I did a deep scratch on it, and it appears silver underneath, but I'm not sure if it's something else. I did the acid test on it. Some of it's turning red, which could just be a plating, because if it just turns dark red, that indicates sterling, but it seems like most of it's dissolving or either turning greenish in color. So I'm not sure, this may just be silver plated, but still a neat find. I assumed it was fairly old when it came out this clean. I assumed it was 925, but nonetheless, cool find. It was in the hole with a wheat penny. I did get a nice sized piece of silver today. I didn't weigh it yet, but it's an old sterling money clip. I think it weighs about a little bit heavier than a silver quarter, so it might be maybe 8 grams or something like that. So it's a pretty nice size. but it says Sterling, Mexico on it. It's really beat up, but still a really cool find. It says something on there I can't really make out. It says like Mexico, maybe made in Mexico, but there's something else over here, but you can't really make it out. So that's a neat old find there. And then I hit this little button, which I wasn't thinking, it could be because that spot we were hitting, to my knowledge, wasn't too incredibly old, but it's a flat button. The shank's busted off, and this is only the second flat button I've ever found. So I'm really pleased with this. The markings are really hard to tell out, but it does say gilt on there. And down here it says something like, I think it says stand or something like that, then co for company, I'm assuming. And up this way it has an OR something D, I think. It's hard to tell, it's pretty beat. But maybe with those markings, one of you can help me identify it or give me an idea how old it is. That would be cool. But old flat button, so I was happy to have that. I did hit 2 Mercs. This one I was pleased with. This was the one that was rang up real low because it's worn. And it was vertical in the hole. But it's a 1920D, which is a little bit scarce. It would actually be worth a bit of money if it had a lot of detail on it, but this one's really beat up. It's a really cool to have. It's a little bit lower mintage for one of the earlier Mercs. And then I did pick up a 1935, so definitely made some older finds today. So I was very pleased with those. So thanks guys for watching. Happy hunting.